Now, I think last time we talked about, the reading passage. We talked about, the play ball, talking about the three different sports: football, basketball, and volleyball. I think we read it and, we listened to the audio. Also, we answered, the questions here, true, false sentences. Today, we are going to move to the next page. Here we have a chant. So we're going to listen and to answer the questions on page 53. Before we start, now who can read the title? Who can read the
Can I
title?
read?
Yes, Anwar?
If I were a millionaire.
Good. If I were a millionaire. If I were a millionaire. Now, if you, for example, if you had these things in the pictures, look at the pictures. If got these, let us say, objects, the yacht, let us say, the big house, the diamond. Now, what would we call you? If you got these things, what would we call you? Right, yeah,
Millionaire.
good.
Millionaire or
We would call you a billionaire or, millionaire. Good. So here, if you had these things, surely we would call you a millionaire. You would be very rich, a wealthy, a millionaire. So suppose that you were a millionaire. What would you do? If you were a millionaire, what would you do? Adnan, if you were a
Yes,
millionaire,
mister. For example, if I were a millionaire, I would buy expensive rings, diamonds, I buy boats, cars,
good.
for
I
example.
would buy, a lot of cars, let us say a big house, diamonds, a boat, plane. I would travel all over the world, etc. Hadia, what would you do if you were a millionaire?
I would spend them on things I like.
Good. I would buy, a lot of things that, I like. Also, I would visit all of
I
the
will.
countries. Good. So here again, we have a chant. We are going to listen. Then we will ask you questions about, the chant. If there is no audio, tell me, okay?
Page 52. 5. Chant along.
Do you hear?
If I were a millionaire.
Yes.
If I had $1 million, I would be a millionaire. I would spend a lot on diamonds that would sparkle everywhere. I would buy my friends all presents. I would treat them to a trip. I would buy myself a mansion. I would drive a brand new car. Would you sail with me if I sailed the 7 seas? Would you come with me if I took a trip to Mars? And would you stand by me if I lost all that I had? Would you still be my friend through good and bad? 'Cause I wouldn't have a house. There would be no Cadillacs. There would be no trips to Mars. There'd be pizza and chalk cookies. If I lost all that I had, would you still be my good friend? And for better and for worse, would you like a wish to send?
Okay.
And
Now again, we're going to listen. Then we will ask you to read in order to answer the questions on page 53.
CD 1.
Listen.
Page 52. 5. Chant along. If I were a millionaire. If I had $1 million, I would be a millionaire. I would spend a lot on diamonds that would sparkle everywhere. I would buy my friends all presents. I would treat them to a trip. I would buy myself a mansion. I would drive a brand new car. Would you sail with me if I sailed the seven seas? Would you come with me if I took a trip to Mars? And would you stand by me if I lost all that I had? Would you still be my friend through good and bad? 'Cause I wouldn't have a house. There would be no Cadillacs. There would be no trips to Mars. There'd be pizza and chalk cookies. If I lost all that I had, would you still be my good friend? And for better and for worse, would you like a wish to send?
Okay. Now, what would he do if he had a millionaire? If he had $1 million, sorry. If he were a millionaire, what would he do? Anwar?
Yes, I read or answer.
No, just answer the question about, the chanter. What would he do if he had $1 million?
He would buy himself a mansion, a brand new car, and
Good.
he would
He would
buy his
also,
friends presents.
he would also, buy, a lot of diamonds. He would buy, presents for his friends. Also, he would buy for himself a mansion. Mansion means, a big house. Also, he would drive, a new car. He would travel all over the world. Adnan? Mhm.
Yes, mister.
Now, if he wouldn't have, let us say $1 million.
He wouldn't have a house. He wouldn't have any Cadillacs, and there would be no trips to Mars.
Good. Thank you. Okay, who wants to read the first part?
Can I?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. If I were a millionaire, if I had $1 million, I would be a millionaire. I would spend a lot on diamonds that would sparkle everywhere. I would buy my friends all presents. I would treat them to a trip. I would buy myself a mansion. I would drive a brand new car.
Good. Now, what about the second? Who can read the second part? Ahmed Al-Horani.
Yes, mister, can you hear me?
Yes.
From what you said, yes?
Would you sail with me if I
Yes.
sailed,
Would you
yes.
sail with me if I sailed the seven seas? Would you come with me if I took a trip to Mars? And would you stand by me if I lost all that I had? Would you still be my friend through good and bad?
Good. Thank you. Now, what about the last? Who can read? Hamza. Hamza.
Okay, because I
Read it
wouldn't
last. Yes,
because I wouldn't
because I
have a
wouldn't have a
house.
house.
There would be no Cadillacs. There would be no trips to Mars. There'd be pizza and chocolate cookies. If I lost that I had, would you still be my good friend? And for better and for worse, would you like a wish to send?
Good. Thank you. Okay, now let's move to the next page on page 53.
End of CD 1.
Find words in the chant that mean. Number one,
Can I read?
is Nurdin, a word which means a very wealthy person.
A very wealthy person, a millionaire.
Good, a millionaire. Millionaire means a very wealthy person.
Can I answer
Rich
the
man,
next?
yes, good. The second, Ali Shurman, stones used in jewelry. Yes, Ali, are you here?
Yes, mister. Stones used in jewelry, diamonds.
Good, diamonds. Diamonds, stones used in jewelry. Good, thank you. Next.
Can I?
May I?
Yes, Adnan.
A large, impressive house, mansion.
Mansion. Good. A large, impressive house. Big house, mansion.
Can I
Good.
do the next one?
Yes, let me choose Zain. Are you here, Zain? Asaf, Anwar.
Yes, mister.
Me or Asaf?
Asaf, yalla, if you are here, Asaf,
A large,
a
impressive
famous
house.
car brand.
A famous car brand.
He talked about the Cadillac.
Yeah.
Yes, a famous car brand, Cadillac. Okay, now let's move to the next exercise B. Find 5 words and, or phrases in the chat that indicate a rich lifestyle.
Can
We
I?
have
May
more.
I?
Yes, Adnan.
Okay, for example, spend a lot on diamonds.
Good. What else? Diya.
Can I solve?
Yes, Diya.
Okay, I would buy my friends all presents.
Good. Here, just, looking for what? Words or phrases? Like,
Um,
$1 million means, that refers to what? A rich lifestyle. Mansion, big house. Good. Going to a trip to the Mars. Yes, Nurdin.
Yes, teacher.
Mhm.
Number B.
Yes, going to the Mars, maybe sailing, the 7 seas. It means that you will
Buy
travel
brand new
all over
car.
the world.
Buy brand new car.
Good, buy, brand new cars. Cadillac, it means if you have a Cadillac, it means that you are a rich man. Okay, look at the answers. Diamonds, brand new car, Cadillac, mansion, sailed the 7 seas. Aydan, we have a trip to Mars. If you have a lot of money, if you are, a milliardaire, maybe you will go to Mars. Okay, now look at C. Find an expression in the chant that means what? Throw good and bad. Here we have an expression. It is mentioned, I think, in the last part of the chant.
Can I say? On my answer.
Adnan?
And for better or for worse? And for
Good,
worse.
good. For better and for worse, it means, the same. Good and bad. For better and for worse. Write the answers quickly, please. Now, if you finished, go to the questions, comprehension questions. Who can read the first question?
can I?
Yes, Dia.
Where would the person live if he were a millionaire? He would live in a big or a huge mansion.
Good, thank you. He would live in a big house or in a mansion. The chanter would live in a mansion if he were a millionaire. Good. Number 2.
Can I solve?
Yes, Ali Sharman.
Where would he sell? He would sell to the seven seas.
Good. He would sail to the seven seas. It means that he would visit all over the world. He would sail the seven seas. This means all over the world. Good.
Yeah, so the next one.
Yes, number 3. We need عساف. يلا يا عساف.
What would he and his friends eat if they were poor?
Yes,
On the last
if they were
paragraph,
poor. Yes, in the
footnote,
last, I think, last
eat
part
and
of the
chocolate
chant,
cookies.
they would eat what?
Pizza and choc cookies.
Pizza. Good, thank you. If they were poor, they would eat pizza and choc cookies. Number 4. Yes, who can try?
Can I?
Let me choose. Yes, Adnan.
Okay. What does he want to know from his friend? He wants to know that would he still be his friend through good and bad?
Good. He wants to know if he would still be his friend if he had no money. Good. Okay, try to underline the answers, or you can have a screenshot. Okay, now if you finish, go to your workbook on page 32, I think. Page 32. Before going to your workbook, here we have the project research, a very famous person. Complete the organizer with details about the person in note form. Use your notes organizer to present your findings to the class. Here we have an example. Name His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Why this person is famous? He starts a pioneering vision to develop and prosperity to build the new Saudi vision 2030. He lives in Saudi Arabia. He is the crown prince of the Saudi Arabia and the minister of defense. Important of events in his life: Neom, the Lion City, etc. Improvement of women and much more. You can write it, that's up to you, but have a screenshot for it. Now, if you finish, go to your workbook. One minute. I think A and B done, okay? Complete the sentences. Use although, in spite of, as soon as. I think we did it. ها شباب?
Yes,
No,
we
I
did.
don't think so.
No, I don't think. We did one similar to it.
Okay. Now let's do it quickly. Tim didn't wear a coat.
Can I answer?
What do you think? Yes, Dia?
In spite of the cold weather.
Good, in spite of, because in spite of must be what? Followed by a noun. His carelessness. Jerry didn't get hurt. He was very lucky. What do you think?
Can I solve?
Yes, Anwar?
In spite of his carelessness, Jerry didn't
Good,
get
in spite of his carelessness. أيضا carelessness is a noun. He tried very hard. Alan couldn't pass the driving test. What do you think?
May I?
Yes, Adnan.
Although he tried very hard, Alan couldn't pass the driving
Good.
test.
Although here means must be followed by a sentence, a subject and a verb. So we use although. In spite of and although, they have the same meaning, but in spite of must be followed by a noun or, a gerund. Although followed by a subject and a verb. Number 4. Mhm.
Can I?
Yes, Ali Sharman. I'll call you.
Yes, I'll call you as soon as I get to the gym.
Good. I call you as soon as I get to the gym. Number 5. Ali still talks to Khalid. Mhm. Yes, Ahmed Horani.
Yes, Mr. Ali still talks to Khalid, although they are not friends anymore.
Good. Although here followed by, a subject and a verb. Robert was late for school. Mhm. What do you think?
Can I solve?
Yes, yeah.
Although he set his alarm.
Good. Robert was late for school, although he set his alarm for 6 o'clock. Now, what about number 7, Adnan?
Alicia will show us her new cell phone as soon as she gets here.
Good. As soon as she gets here. Our flight was late. Mhm. We think.
We solve,
Ali
Mr.
Sharma.
Can I solve?
Ali Sharma.
Our flight was late in spite of the good weather.
Good. In spite of the good weather. Here we have a noun, so we have to use in spite of. Rewrite each sentence using wish. I have, to go to the doctor. I wish I didn't have to go to the doctor. Ali doesn't have time to play tennis every day. What do you think? Ali wishes. Who can try? Adnan.
Ali doesn't have much time to play tennis every day. Ali wishes he had time to play tennis every
Very
day.
good. He had. He had time to play tennis every day. Ahmed has to go to work this afternoon. Ahmed wishes. Ahmed Al-Horani.
Solve.
Yes, Mr. Uh, Ahmed has to go to work this afternoon. Ahmed wishes he
He
had not.
didn't.
He didn't
Yes,
go to
didn't
work
have to
this
go to work
afternoon.
this afternoon. Good. Ahmed wishes he didn't have. Again, if you talk about the present or future, we have to, when we use the wishes, we have to use the simple past. Abdullah doesn't speak English. Asaf, Abdullah
Abdullah
wishes.
wishes he spoke English.
Very good. Or he could speak English. Yes. Abdullah wishes he spoke English or he could speak English. Good. Thank you. Number 4, Anwar.
Okay.
Read Anwar. My brother wants.
My brother won't lend me his new computer. I wish if my
I
brother
wish
lend me his
would lend me his
new
new
computer.
computer. Thank you. Number 5, who can do it? Dia.
They don't know how to ski. They wish they knew how to ski.
Good. They wish they knew how to ski. Good. They wish they knew how to ski. Good. Have a screenshot and move to the next page, please. Okay.
Can I start?
Now complete each sentence. Use would, might, or could. Look at the example. If I didn't ride my bike to school every day, I would join the gym. Here we have different answers. Number 1, if I won, the reading contest, what would you do? Yes, Dia.
If I won the reading contest, I would celebrate in my house.
Good, I would celebrate in my house. I would I would buy a new computer. I would, invite my friends. I would celebrate, etc. Number two, Adnan.
Okay. If school started at 10 o'clock, I could sleep more.
Good. I would, if school started at 10 o'clock, I would, for example, I would be on time, I would be happy, etc. If my brother had a new car,
Can I solve?
yes, Ibrahim Mansour,
If my brother had a new car, I might go out with my friends.
good. My brother had a new car, he might let me drive it. I would, for example, ask him for, driving. Number four, if Hussein could live in a foreign country, yes, Anwar,
Okay, if
Farid
Hussein
Hassan,
could live in a foreign country, he would live in Thailand.
good. Number five, Anwar,
Okay, if
Can
I
I
like
solve?
chemistry, I would score full mark.
good. I would study medicine. If I liked chemistry, I might do better on my test. Adnan, if I could meet an historical person,
I would meet Shakespeare, for example.
good. I would talk to Shakespeare, I would talk with Gandhi, etc. If Matt and I practiced more, we would, for example, we might play soccer better. The last one, number eight, who can do it? Rahim, Mansour.
If I like Indian food, I would eat it.
Good, I would eat it. Good. I would definitely go to the New Eden restaurant next by. Good. Now let's move to the next exercise, exercise D. Make sentences. Use need to be plus past participle in each sentence. Look at the example. We have dress, dry cleaned, red. The red dress needs to be what dry cleaned. Number one. Huh?
Can I?
Ria.
The car needs to be repainted after the crash.
Good. The car needs to be repainted after the crash. Good. Number two.
Can I solve?
Yes. Anwar.
The hole in Thomas' jeans needs to be sewn.
Number two, not
Oh,
the
sorry.
number.
Yes, yes. The flat tire on my car
On my
needs to be
car,
repaired.
good, needs to be what repaired. The flat tire on my car needs to be repaired. Number three.
Can I
Adnan.
solve? Okay.
Yes, Adnan.
Hole in Thomas' jeans soon. The hole in Thomas's jeans needs to be soon.
Good, needs to be soon. Good. The hole in Thomas jeans needs to be soon. All kitchen redecorate. Ibrahim.
Yes.
Ibrahim.
The old kitchen needs to be redecorated.
Good. The old kitchen needs to be redecorated. Asaf. The last one.
The new knives. Uh,
Uh-huh.
the new
Do
knives
not need to be
needs
what?
to be sharpened.
Good. Do not need to be sharpened because here not needs need because they plural here. Good, thank you. The new knives do not need to be sharpened. Okay, do the exercise quickly, please. Do the exercise quickly.